The year was 541 AD. This was 1500 years ago. People in this part of Europe saw something strange in the sky. Nobody has ever seen anything like that before. There were odd clouds in the sky. These clouds were so dense that they had completely covered the sun. People first assumed that these clouds would bring significant rain. However, few people anticipated that these clouds would do anything, which they would be remembered for the rest of their lives. The Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantine Empire ruled over this whole region, with Constantinople as its capital city. At the moment, it is known as Istanbul. And this strange situation was taking place above the skies of Constantinople or Istanbul. Hours stretched into days, and days grew into weeks, yet these weird clouds didn't want to go. The situation was becoming more terrible by the day, and Constantinople had not seen the sun for several weeks. But no one realized it was only the beginning, because what was about to happen was beyond anyone's wildest dreams. Hello and welcome back to Metamagic Videos. Constantinople was in a difficult condition in 541 AD. Even though Constantinople had 1 million people at the time, the gloomy clouds had been causing havoc for weeks. However, the situation deteriorated when individuals began to die one by one. Healthy, energetic people collapse abruptly and die shortly after. People get frightened and afraid when they see this, as though the world was going to end. Nothing was coming to a standstill, despite the dark, heavy cloud, odd fog, and fatalities. Snow began to fall during the summers, and it was so serious that neither the crops nor the animals or birds could survive. The Byzantine emperor at the time, Justinian people, was encouraged to keep calm, and stated that decent and honest individuals will be protected. The emperor's remark heightened the people's anxiety, because the epidemic made no distinction between good and wicked people. Every day, thousands of people die. They were buried in a mass grave, and to make matters worse, there were severe food shortages. The Byzantine royal army, because of its size, was important in this circumstance. This epidemic afflicted the whole region. This mysterious sickness was spreading over the land wherever this dark cloud went. This illness afflicted remote areas such as Spain, France, Italy, Greece, Turkey, Morocco, Syria, and Iran. Nobody knew what caused this sky-related sickness. People have no choice but to assume that this is the end of the world, and their conviction got greater when the Byzantine emperor himself became the victim of this disease. This plague was the first recorded pandemic in history, which is now known as the Plague of Justinian. This strange, 2-year-long plague had forced the entire continent into disarray. In fact, there were few regions where sunlight was not seen for 2 years, but no one knew the actual reason for this mystery. The dense black clouds, summer snowfall, crop destruction, animal and bird deaths, and even human deaths. All of these elements point to the fact that something unusual occurred here. However, scientists and experts have discovered the cause of this deadly sky epidemic 1500 years later in 2013. The source of the plague that killed 10 million people was discovered in Greenland, 5,000 kilometers from Istanbul. A small group of experts traveled to eastern Greenland, with the primary goal of researching past climates. Greenland's weather remains extreme. Without expert equipment, it is impossible to survive here. In many nations, the temperature in June and July exceeds 50 degrees Celsius, but in Greenland, the temperature is -18 degrees Celsius. Greenland does not have a summer. Because of this, it is difficult for the ice to melt here. While descending, snowflakes catch particles in the atmosphere. That is, if there are dust particles in the air, the snow will trap and bring them down. Under the snow, experts believe climate data for the last 100,000 years is still available. Every year, the snowfall that falls in Greenland is kept layer by layer. A year's layer is 5 centimeters thick. This entails analyzing climatic data from 1500 years ago. The snow samples existing 75 meters below must be tested. Experts began digging and extracting snow samples, dating back 2,000 years. The ice core was more than 100 meters long in total. It contains a snow sample from the time period when Justinian's devastating plague struck. The electrical conductivity of the ice core was tested, which revealed an unusual sulfur increase in the precipitation between the years 500 AD and 600 AD. This spike showed that something abnormal was happening in the atmosphere during the period when black clouds were lingering over the skies of Constantinople at the time. Sulfur dioxide is a very toxic gas that is equally damaging to people, birds, animals, and plants. The next job was to determine the source of the excess sulfur in the atmosphere in the 6th century. Only one thing, according to experts, could have caused this abundant sulfur, and that is a volcano. Yes, incredibly hot molten rocks exist under the Earth's surface at a certain depth. The pressure of the Earth's outer layer prevents magma from leaving, yet the magma continues to look for channels and fissures to escape. This tug of battle will continue until the salt water reaches the magma. When salt water reaches the magma, it turns to gas owing to the great heat, and this gas, combined with the magma, puts extra pressure on the surface, and soon, magma in the shape of lava explodes from any weak location. Water and sulfur do not mix with the volcano, but are instead discharged as strong gases into the sky. Volcanic gases emitted during a large volcanic eruption may readily reach thousands of kilometers distant. The sulfur present in the atmosphere combined with the water droplets becomes sulfuric acid, which under any conditions can prove dangerous for people. The sulfuric acid clouds are so dense that sunlight cannot penetrate them. Something similar happened 1500 years ago during the Justinian Plague. It is now established that the volcano was responsible for the deaths of so many people in Europe. On the one side, you have lethal sulfuric gas and sulfuric acid clouds. Acid rain will fall if the clouds rain. Otherwise, the clouds will harass the people in their quest for sunlight. Humans faced only annihilation as a result of the predicament. It was unclear which volcanic explosion caused this devastation. After several years of research, researchers concluded that Lake Ilopango in El Salvador is 11,700 kilometers across the ocean from Constantinople. When Justinian's disease hit Constantinople at the time, a terrible volcanic explosion happened beneath that lake, and this mountain stands as testimony. Though the mountain appears to be commonplace, it is really constructed of volcanic ash. It was the product of a volcanic outburst 1,500 years ago from underneath the lake. Viewers, millions and millions of people continue to live in the shadow of volcanoes. Science cannot predict when these volcanoes may explode. One thing we can now say with certainty is that volcanoes hundreds of kilometers distant from us may still hurt us. Volcanologists, climate scientists, and geologists are continuously studying past volcanic eruptions and the harm they caused, in order to preserve humanity from the fury of these sleeping titans. I hope you like and share this meta magic video. My sincere gratitude goes out to all of you. We'll see you in another incredible video.